Jerky can be such a useful high protein, low calorie snack, particularly when you're out and about. But oftentimes brands have added sugar, oil and artificial additives, ruining the macros and making it unhealthy. This noble vegan jerky has only 14 grams of protein for a massive 40 grams of carbohydrate and 2 grams of fat. While my homemade version has 36 grams of protein for only 15 grams of carbs and 1 gram of fat. It costs pennies to make, is super easy and delicious too. So we've got 190 grams of Vital Wheat gluten. We're adding 240 mils of water. And we're going to knead this for 2 minutes. Then we're going to cut them into 4 equal pieces. And then we're just going to stretch them out a bit. Add the seitan to roughly 2 litres of gently simmering water and cook for 40 minutes. Remove the seitan and set to one side to cool. Obviously for jerky we need to cut this really rather thin. Now it's time for the marinade. We're going to do it 2 ways. So the first way, we're going to do a classic sort of smoky flavour. So we want some saltiness, so there's some tamari. And then for the smoke flavour, we're going for a smoked paprika, which is, you know, probably the healthiest way to get that flavour in there. I'm going to go for 1.5 tons. I'm going to go for that much smoked paprika. I'm sure that'll be fine. Just to balance that out, we'll use a little maple syrup. Obviously you don't want to be adding much in the way of sugars to things, but this will just take the edge off and make it a bit nicer tasting. I think 1.5 teaspoons will be perfect. So we'll work this in there with the hands. And ideally you'd set that aside for a couple of hours at least. And then for the jerk style, again, we're going with a tablespoon of tamari. Of course, jerky is always very salty. This won't be half as bad as a shop bought one, of course. I'm going to go with 2 tablespoons of the teaspoons of the jerk seasoning. And again, just 1.5 teaspoons of maple syrup. Oh God, I'll get something right in a minute, just to balance it. Look at that, I got that in there quite nice. And then just the same deal as before, we're just going to work that in. Preheat your oven to 120 degrees Celsius, that's 250 Fahrenheit, and bake for 40 minutes. Just before the all-important taste test, if you've been going it alone for ages trying to work out your own nutrition in terms of calories, macros, you know, but you're never quite getting the physique you want in terms of muscle building, fat loss, maybe you just want to optimize your health, or maybe you want all 3. If you've never quite got there, check out our online coaching service, link below. We've now got space for 1 or 2 people, and see what you think about that. See if we'd be a good fit to work together. Right, smoked paprika first, I think. That's damn tasty. Now the jerk. I've got a feeling that it's going to be a bit hotter than I'd really like, but I'm up for a challenge. That is really tasty. Yep, and now it's getting hot.